Hello and welcome to the Philippines, the amazing Philippines channel. I've got over 1,500 videos up, real estate, cost of living, travel, other fun videos. Check out my playlist. Anyway, it is January 19th, the third Sunday of January is the culmination, the big day after over a week of celebrations for the large popular SINULOG Festival. Million to 2 million people in town participating in this event. I've been to 5 different Cinelogs over the years. The last 2 years, I think a lot of the events were out at SRP, South Road Properties, kind of several, maybe, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 9 kilometers from the center of Cebu City, south, where you've got a mall and a couple condo developments down there. But politicians change, and Governor Garcia and many others wanted to bring it back into the city. And so today, Sunday, noise started at 6 a.m. or before. It is a huge festival, and people turned up they've got, you wouldn't believe these huge speakers they have out on the streets, and I think there's a business down below my balcony, a restaurant place that oversees Filipino workers in a number of different areas, culinary and other ship-related type things. And yeah, they just go. They'll go all night, probably till 4 in the morning, with just outrageously loud. It'll just blast you almost out of your condominium. And other people are a little more I don't know, very loud, but a little more in line with tolerable, I guess you'd say. And up that way, this is the Uptown area. There's no real defined area that says Uptown area, but around Fuente Osmena Circle, a few blocks in any direction. I like that area. I live in that area. And there are restaurants, couple small malls, smaller malls, a couple hospitals in the area, more than a couple in the area. And anyway, in the last couple of years, they've been redoing their sidewalks out here. This is Osmena Boulevard, the main boulevard that goes from the Uptown area, the large Fuente Osmena traffic circle, down to the downtown area. And it's much easier to walk now. Fewer obstacles, although I did trip. There were a few places where there were these bricks in the sidewalk were missing, and I was looking ahead or sideways, and I almost tripped on something like that. So there's some repairs have not. Maintenance is not a big priority in some areas, apparently. Anyway, if you've been here in past years, they have changed this. They're putting in BRT, bus rapid transit. In the center of this boulevard, they have taken a couple of traffic lanes, and they're making it basically for buses and public utility vehicles only, I believe. And later I will show you the terminals that they've set up with some coverings. And anyway, yeah, the lots of vendors. This was a couple days before. This was Friday, I think, Friday afternoon. But look at these huge speakers. And yesterday they had the Solemn procession. I think 1,400,000 people participated in that. I think it started about 1 o'clock in the afternoon until 3:30, something like that. But yeah, it just went on for hours and hours and hours. It's a religious solemn procession, and the speakers they were playing religious music, and there were priests giving out prayers occasionally, different exhortations and such. Um, I've been in the middle of one of those some years past, and like I said, I've attended 5 different synologues in different areas, SRP, as well as most of them are in this center of Cebu City area. And so it's not quite as unique. I've met several people that are here for the first time, Filipinos as well as foreigners. So hope you're all enjoying and staying safe, staying away from the snatchers. There's many snatchers come to these town city festivals just to separate you from some of your valuables. I've years past, my first 2016, I think maybe 2017 or 18, I had a phone snatched from me. Got into a big crushing crowd, and now I understand how people die in crushing crowds you read about around the world. In the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, I think, when they have their big pilgrimages, and in India they have pilgrimages, and yeah, hundreds of people will get crushed to death. But I got involved in a couple of crowds, and you couldn't move. You were just moving with the crowd, basically. And yeah, when I come out of there first time, no phone, no wallet. So went home and called my banks, credit card companies. Next day went down and bought a new phone. And expensive lesson to learn. You know, they've got condominiums down there. Seen a lot of changes. 9 years, 3 trips, 9 years living in Cebu City, Central Visayas, central area of the Philippines. Philippines has a lot to offer. It's not for everybody. It's got its challenges, but the welcoming, friendly people, tolerant, friendly, helpful. Many of you know that I tend to walk quite a bit, and yeah, I can stop and talk to anybody, and they'll stop, almost always will stop doing what they're doing and take an interest and chat about various things, ask me questions, and I will inquire of them different things. Anyway, lots of vendors here selling t-shirts and jewelry and phone cases, sunglasses, all kinds of different things here set up. And they've kind of separated. They've got 2 different sidewalks. They've got the inner sidewalk and this outer sidewalk, which is mainly for people waiting for buses and jeepneys, waiting for transportation, and taxis. We've got Grab. You can use Grab app here. And there are other ride-hailing apps as well. There's Ankas, which is a motorbike riding app. There's Move It, which is, do they have cars now or not? There's 1 or 2 other apps that have cars, just like Grab does. Anyway, looking out my bedroom window where my laptop and office are also, I can see Osmena Boulevard. That's one of the streets where the big parade, the many hours long parade, is going to parade down and then go into the Cebu City Sports Complex, where the judging and the final examination, I guess. Anyway, yeah, those coverings there, they look like flower petals. Are set. There's a couple different places where the buses are going to come in there and pick up people. Now, I'm not quite certain how people. They'll have to cross traffic, obviously, to get over there to get into the buses. And if there's rain and yeah, a couple different concerns. There was a bus a couple weeks ago. A bus actually hit the top of that. The top of the bus hit those flower petals type things, shelters. And so the question was, did they install them too low, or was the bus higher than it was supposed to be? I never did see an answer on that. Anyway, BRT, Bus Rapid Transit, they're going to, there are some people calling for it to be discontinued because of various issues, and it's already been delayed many years. When I first read about it, I thought, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, but as it started taking place in the construction, um, it may help with the bus transportation that so many people take here, public transportation, but at the same time it will reduce the lanes of traffic on streets that are already very heavy with traffic, so it will make the traffic worse, no doubt, and I think everybody has admitted that that will be the case. So anyway, we'll just have to kind of wait and see, I guess. I studied a little bit of city planning and considered that a career option when I was in college. Never pursued it to the end, but I'm always thinking about logistics anyway in every occupation that I've been involved in, which has been quite a few different industries over the years. And yeah, I always say, and then what happens if you do this? Then what happens? There's some more of those flower petals facing the other direction over there. If it, you have to get the pedestrians over there. Number one, and if it's is there enough room for the pedestrians and the buses? Enough buses? Last time I read, they still weren't sure how many buses were going to be running or which bus companies were going to be used there. And big corner intersection here with lights. One thing about Cebu and so many cities, there's not a lot of traffic signals in the city, and it just kind of people kind of go. They make it. It's very efficient, actually. A lot of motorbikes. Here in the city, you see virtually everybody wearing a helmet. Passengers as well, and these motorbike hailing apps, they 99% of the time they will have a helmet for you to use. And a question I get often is, have you ever had any issues with using somebody else's helmet that's been used by hundreds, if not thousands, of other people? I have not, but that could be a concern, obviously. And anyway, you take a right here, and you go down to Elizabeth Mall, E-Mall, an older, interesting mall. And then right next to that, they built a brand new mall called City Mall, I believe, right next to each other. One thing the Cebu City metropolitan area has is a lot of malls. I think a lot of people go there for the air conditioning on the hotter days. This wasn't that bad of a day. We've had pretty much all of January and part of December. Relatively cloudy, cooler by a couple of temps, a couple of degrees, which makes a big difference, and a breeze. I've used very little air conditioning in January. A group of kids here asking money. Give money, give money, give money. And usually when I go out, I was going down to a hardware store to try to buy some nuts and bolts to repair a chair. And I carry very little money. Usually don't carry my phone with me when I'm out, especially during these events. Oftentimes they will reduce the signal or cut the signal for cell phones for security reasons. Anyway, yeah, a lot of people in town either asking money, begging money, or snatching, if they can snatch. So I didn't have any of those types of attempts take place this week, which is good news. But I've learned some expensive lessons. So probably don't want to wear expensive jewelry. Definitely want to keep if you carry a phone, keep it well secured, as well as your wallet, any money, other valuables as well. Anyway, this is coming up to the end of the video, so I used to be able to go up there and take videos, but they shut all the overpasses over. Anyway, safe travels. and we'll see you next time.